Good morning to you, good morning to you. We all in our places with sun shining faces. Good morning to you, good morning to you. Good morning, everyone. I am waiting for people to join. I cannot see anyone. Oh, I can see someone. Hello, good morning. I hope you can see me and hear me. And how are you today? How is everyone? I hope that you had a very, very good weekend. I am actually under the weather today. I am not feeling 100%. I am not really sure why. It feels like I am a little bit like getting sick, but not. I don't know. It feels very strange. I am feeling very weak, and my throat hurts a little, but not too much, just a little. I don't sleep well at night, so maybe that's the case. I don't know. I hope it's nothing serious, and well, you know, I hope it's not the virus. My sister is in Czechia right now, and I am looking after her dog. That's why I have a different background. And she's sick, and I don't know if she's coming back now. She might have to stay another week there, depending on her test. So I was going to go back home tomorrow, but I don't know how that goes. It's kind of, I must say, I want to go home. I want to go home. I've been here a week by myself. It's been nice. It's beautiful here where I am. It's in the north of Portugal, very small town, really lovely. A lot of nature around, but I just want to go back to my bed and my house and, you know, my cat and my half-husband. So I would love to go back. We'll see how this goes. If I have to stay here, I have to stay here. I don't have a choice, really. So yeah, that's how it is, my dear. Oh, that's how it is here in this lovely little village, lovely little town. Say good morning. Oh, hello. Good morning. Say good morning in the comments. I cannot see you in the comments. Say hello and good morning. So I hope that everyone is okay, and I hope you had a lovely weekend. I did some walks this weekend. I went for some trekking. And it was a very good weather. We had very good weather on Saturday and Sunday. It was around 20 degrees, so quite warm, and it was lovely in the forest, and I don't know, it was very, very nice. I had some wine as well by myself, and I also watched a lot of TV. So it was very relaxing, I must say. Although I feel a bit sick, so I don't feel very relaxed. Good morning, Barbara and Lucyna and Pav and all participants of today's meeting. Good morning, Pav. Today we are going to talk about talking to strangers. So I think Isabella, one of the people that come here, suggested this topic, and I think it's a brilliant topic. And we will talk about how to talk to strangers, what questions you can ask, and what kind of conversations you can have. So this is what we are going to do today. So talking to strangers, and of course before we start, we are going to talk a few organizational things, of course. Moi drodzy, dzisiaj będziemy sobie rozmawiać o tym, jak rozmawiać z nieznajomym. Good morning, Kasia and Mariola, good morning to you. So, jak rozmawiać z nieznajomym? Jest to temat, który ktoś zasugerował, Izabela, o ile się nie mylę, zasugerowała taki temat o tym, jak zaczepiać nieznajomych i o czym z nimi rozmawiać. Wiecie, czasami jesteśmy gdzieś tam na konferencjach, na spotkaniach, w podróży również i możemy być sami, może się czujemy samotni i chcemy sobie pogadać z nieznajomym. I o tym dzisiaj będziemy rozmawiać, będzie trochę gramatyki, będzie dużo wyrażeń różnych i różnych pytań, które możemy zadawać nieznajomym, więc o tym sobie porozmawiamy. Zanim zaczniemy, porada dla Was, słuchajcie, taki hack. Nie wiem, czy ktoś tutaj z Was lubi lubuje się może w brytyjskim angielskim, w brytyjskiej kulturze i w ogóle w Wielkiej Brytanii jakby. Oczywiście teraz, jeżeli chodzi o naukę języków, różnych języków, na przykład portugalskiego, to z tym się bardzo często wiąże to, że my się tą kulturą interesujemy. Natomiast jeżeli chodzi o naukę angielskiego, angielski jest tak globalnym językiem, że bardzo często już teraz już częściej omijamy aspekt kulturowy, co nie ma zupełnie znaczenia tak naprawdę. Fajnie jest interesować się na przykład kulturą amerykańską, czy kulturą brytyjską, czy australijską, dlatego że wtedy jakby trochę bardziej przyswajamy sobie ten język. Jeżeli i szybciej też, bo jakby wtedy oglądamy dużo rzeczy, interesujemy się tym i to jakby nam łatwiej wchodzi, ale to nie jest a must. Przy innych językach może jest to trochę bardziej takie ważniejsze i trochę częściej się to robi, natomiast przy angielskim nie jest to aż takie częste. Ale dla tych, którzy szukają jakichś takich nowych rzeczy do posłuchania szczególnie lub interesują się na przykład jedną z kultur. I teraz ja generalnie mój akcent przechodzi już bardziej w amerykański akcent, dlatego że ja bardzo dużo amerykańskich programów oglądam, poza tym mój chłopak ma bardzo amerykański akcent i tym angielskim się porozumiewamy w ten sposób. Już tak bardzo przechodzi w to. Natomiast ja spędziłam bardzo dużo lat w Wielkiej Brytanii, uwielbiam kulturę brytyjską i uwielbiam ich telewizję. I od jakiegoś czasu szukałam sposobu na to, żeby oglądać telewizję. Nie chodzi mi o YouTube, nie chodzi mi o jakieś programy na Netflixie, które faktycznie BBC na przykład sprzedaje do Netflixa i czasami się Peaky Blinders czy inne seriale, które produkuje, są sprzedawane na licencji do Netflixa czy na HBO. Natomiast chodziło mi bardziej o telewizję, którą naprawdę bardzo lubię. Uważam, że brytyjska telewizja jest naprawdę bardzo ciekawa i fajna. No, ale brytyjskiej telewizji na przykład nie można oglądać w innym kraju niż Wielka Brytania. No i jak można to obejść, moi drodzy, bo sobie w końcu się na to zdecydowałam, bo brakowało mi tego, szczególnie, że jestem tutaj sama na północy i generalnie potrzeba mi trochę rozrywki, więcej niż tylko Netflixa, więc wykupiłam sobie tak zwany VPN. VPN, jeżeli dla tych, którzy nie znają, to jest taki, to się pisze VPN i to jest taka aplikacja, którą się ściąga na telefon lub na komputer i wtedy można jakby zmienić kraj, w którym na komputerze można zmienić kraj, w którym jesteśmy, czyli komputer będzie myślał, że jesteśmy w Wielkiej Brytanii. I wtedy można oglądać sobie telewizję z danego kraju, czyli na przykład, nie wiem jak jest w Stanach Zjednoczonych, bo na przykład akurat amerykańska telewizja mnie w ogóle nie interesuje i nie sprawdzałam, czy można oglądać amerykańską telewizję w Polsce. Natomiast ja nie mam żadnej satelitarnej telewizji, ani nic takiego, a chodziło mi bardzo o Channel 4 i BBC i tych programów nie można oglądać poza Wielką Brytanią. Chyba że się ma właśnie jakieś, no ja takich rzeczy nie mam, jak na przykład satelitę, tak? Więc czy tam jakąś kablówkę, czy cokolwiek innego, więc ja sobie wykupiłam VPN, który kosztuje mnie $10 miesięcznie i mogę sobie teraz oglądać BBC i Channel 4, który bardzo lubię, bardzo polecam. Channel 4 ma świetne programy rozrywkowe. Jakbyście chcieli sobie podszkolić brytyjski, angielski, to polecam. No i taka wiadomość na dzisiaj. Druga wiadomość jest taka, że zaczął nam się Bootcamp dzisiaj i bardzo jesteśmy podekscytowani. już zaczęliśmy pracę tak naprawdę w czwartek, bo w czwartek spotkałam się z bootcamperami na takim spotkaniu organizacyjnym. Pogadaliśmy sobie, w zasadzie nic takiego tam, nie uczyliśmy się nic, tylko pogadaliśmy sobie co i jak. Powiedziałam im jeszcze parę rzeczy organizacyjnych. Poznałam parę osób, których wcześniej nie widziałam na oczy, nie rozmawiałam z nimi nawet w ogóle, tylko przez e-maila, więc fajnie było też się spotkać. No i dzisiaj już się zaczynają lekcje 1 na 1. Wszystkie lekcje się wyprzedały. Mamy 22 osoby na kursie i kończymy 15 kwietnia. Dzisiaj też dla bootcamperów, jeżeli ktoś tutaj jest z bootcampu, to dzisiaj o 19, chyba o 19, chociaż muszę sprawdzić jeszcze dokładnie, jest lekcja ze mną. Jest lekcja grupowa ze mną o Coco Chanel. Będziemy Life and Career of Coco Chanel. Będziemy sobie rozmawiać o tym i też w tym tygodniu jest lekcja z Jamesem, który będzie mówił o tym, jak sobie radzić w dzisiejszych czasach. Będziemy sobie, to jest giving advice, having problems, giving advice, solving problems in the face of today's world, which is, I think, a very good subject. Jeżeli chcecie się zapisać na kolejną edycję bootcampu, to podsyłam stronę oczywiście jak zawsze. Kolejna edycja będzie dopiero w listopadzie, czyli na jesień, tak jak w zeszłym roku, więc można się już do tego zacząć przygotowywać, można zacząć się nastawiać, że w listopadzie będziecie pracować nad angielskim intensywnie i jest na stronie, którą podałam, jest lista do zapisów dla osób zainteresowanych. Jak się zapiszecie na tą listę, to dostajecie też zniżkę, więc warto się zapisać. Oprócz tego, że zaczął się bootcamp, właśnie przez to, że zaczął się bootcamp, to już teraz możemy otworzyć zapisy dla osób na zajęcia 1 na 1 raz w tygodniu lub 2 razy w tygodniu. Do Wielkanocy na razie póki co są dostępne zajęcia raz w tygodniu, przeważnie w piątki. Zależy od nauczyciela, więc można się zapisywać. Po tym okresie, jak się bootcamp skończy, to już wtedy można się będzie zapisywać na 2 razy w tygodniu. Już wtedy nauczyciele mają o wiele więcej czasu. Zajęcia dostosowujemy do Was, do tego tak jak normalnie przy bootcampie również, czyli robimy z Wami wywiad, przygotowujemy materiały, wszystko jest do Was dostosowane. I godziny też do Was dostosowujemy, bo często się o to pytacie. Wybieracie godziny, w których chcecie mieć mniej więcej lekcji i ja Wam dobieram nauczyciela pod względem też trochę Waszego charakteru, bo przeprowadzam z Wami konsultacje i trochę też, no i oczywiście nie trochę, ale pod względem też godzin, żeby Wam godziny również pasowały, a później sobie, moi drodzy, wybieracie sami godziny na grafiku nauczyciela. Także tak to jest. Jesteśmy dla Was tutaj otwarci na Wasze zapisy. Pierwszy łyk kawy, moi drodzy. To jest po prostu niebo, chmurka z nieba. Dobrze, płatne webinary od kwietnia będą, płatne webinary będą takie, że będzie to cały webinar po angielsku. Na samym początku będę robić dla poziomu B1, B2 i będą to webinary, które będą podobne do tego, co robimy tutaj na śniadaniach, ale bez tych wszystkich reklam, bez moich wszystkich rzeczy, które zawsze mówię po polsku. Będzie to cały webinar po angielsku i będzie to, różne tematy będą, zobaczymy. I będziecie też dostawać karty pracy. To takie webinary, które będą rozwijać też trochę Waszą konwersację. Webinary będą oczywiście tańsze niż nasze lekcje 1 na 1, także dla osób, które będą chciały sobie jeszcze tam podszkolić co jakiś czas. To będzie naprawdę bardzo fajna sprawa. Na samym początku będą to webinary ze mną. Jeżeli webinary się sprawdzą, to będą później też webinary z native speakerem. No i tyle na razie mam do powiedzenia po polsku. Good morning Monika and Isabella, good morning to you. Let's start. Today is a long lesson. I must warn you. Today is a long lesson, a lot to go through. So the question first to you, do you talk to strangers when you travel? Do you talk to strangers when you travel? Let me know in the comments and I will tell you about me, what I do, okay? So I travel by myself quite a bit. Recently I haven't done it because of COVID and probably the pandemic made me realize that maybe I don't really like traveling alone that much. I do like it, but I do prefer to travel with other people. However, I do travel by myself a lot because sometimes my boyfriend cannot go, my friends cannot go, and so on. And sometimes I do like to do it by myself to prove myself that I can do it. And when I travel by myself, I often talk to strangers, but they have to chat me up first. I never talk. I am never the first person to talk because I think I am shy, and I am a bit of an introvert, I would say. So I don't know. I just feel a bit shy when there are people around. But when I traveled, especially in Southeast Asia, I met a lot of people. I really met a lot of people who were traveling by themselves, and they started chatting me up, and that's how. And then we traveled together. We went to parties together. We went shopping together. It was very nice. So at the end of the day, I like to do that. Monica says, I like to talk with strangers, and she's not shy. That's a really good, Mariola, I think. No, sorry, Mariola, not Monica. And I think that's very good, Mariola. I feel, I don't know you, I've never met you, but I feel that you are a kind of person who could talk to strangers and had no problems with that. Kasia says, no, in fact, it's too difficult to me, even in Polish language. Yeah, I feel this too. I mean, when someone comes to me and say, oh, hi, how are you? Are you traveling by yourself? Are you here by yourself? And, just tries to make a conversation, then I can talk to strangers. I have no problems with that. But I will not go to someone and say, oh, hi, how are you? I feel a bit shy about that, So it depends. It depends on the person, I guess. So two different people, Kasia and Mariola, two different people. Maybe you should try traveling by together, That would be interesting. So one of you would talk to strangers, the other one wouldn't, but also would probably benefit from traveling together. Okay, so let's have a look at some basic rules when you travel or when you talk to strangers. Okay, this is not only about traveling. This is also about work. For example, if you are in a new job, or you moved to a new place, like for example now I am here, and I've been here for a bit and I don't know anyone. There are a lot of people around, and it's quite good if I talk to people. I will come back to your comments in a moment. So what can we do when we talk to strangers? So the first one is when, not what, when you talk to strangers, ask them questions. Okay? People love talking about themselves. They really, instead of you talking about yourself, ask them questions. Ask them about books, films, weather, food, travel, all these kind of topics. Very good. You don't have to, you ask them questions, they reply. You don't have to worry about you saying something, Be more interested in other people than you. So I think if you are interested in other people, you want to know where they come from, what they do, you know, what the hobbies are, it's easier to talk. If you are shy of your English, tell them first that you're learning and that you're sorry that you speak so slowly. Okay, so this part, I find it very interesting because, for example, here in Portugal, people speak very good English. Okay, they really, everywhere you go. Sometimes it is, if you are in the countryside, for example, not in the city, sometimes it's hard for them to speak, but they understand everything, you know, especially the younger generation. They understand everything what you say and they can reply. Simple English, but it's enough. But they always say, oh, I'm sorry about my English. You know, they don't have to be sorry. Their English is fine. Their English is better than my Portuguese, probably. So I think sometimes it's not necessary, but if you really feel very shy about your English, you can always start the conversation with, I am sorry about my English. I am learning and it's not perfect. Okay, and it makes it a bit better so the other person is prepared that your English might not be the best. Yeah, I'm sure that it's fine, but sometimes it helps to feel better. Don't be afraid of strangers. Get out there and speak. Only in this way you can improve your English. I told you so many times, right? Only if you speak, you will speak. Okay? So you have to practice. And talking to strangers, when you don't have much chance of speaking to strangers is one of the things how you can improve. This is very important to remember. Okay, so I hope that from today you will be a little bit more brave and you will go out there and speak. Where can we meet strangers? So we can meet when we travel. We can meet in hostels, coffee shops, pub crawls. Okay, I don't know if you know what a pub crawl is. If you know what a pub crawl is, let me know in the comments. Okay, pub crawl is a very, very good way of meeting strangers. But I don't know, maybe in Warsaw and Kraków they have these pub crawls. This is a very good thing. Like I really like it, but it depends if you drink alcohol. If you don't drink alcohol, then maybe it's not for you, or a lot of young people go to this, but you know, you can be young by heart too. It doesn't matter. So pub crawl is, especially abroad, you go from one pub to another and you drink one drink in one pub, then you go to another pub, you drink another one, you go to another, you drink another drink. And you can do it with your friends. If you are abroad, you can do it, or if you live in a big city, you can do it with your friends. Or when you travel abroad, hostels, tour agencies, they organize these pub crawls. So you pay some money to them and then they take you for a drink. Łazik pubowy. Is that really the name? Is that really the name? Okay, I didn't know. Amazing. So yeah, abroad, when you are in some places, touristy places, you might see these tours organized by some agencies, tour agencies, and it says pub crawl, let's say 20 euro, and you go with a lot of people and you go from one pub to another, and this way you meet other people as well. Very good way. So then we have conferences, of course, meeting conferences. If you work for international companies and they have the budget to send you somewhere, you go to a conference and you can meet a lot of people like that too. Couchsurfing events, very, very good. Sign up to Couchsurfing. You don't need to have guests. You don't need to use it as a host. You don't have to have people. You can go if you live, especially if you live in big cities in Poland. In the summer, I'm sure that they have a lot of couchsurfing events. Really good way of meeting people. I made a lot of friends through couchsurfing. Really recommend it. Even now, when I travel, sometimes I am a bit older now, and I prefer to have my own hotel. But you know, in Iran, I went to Iran once, and I stayed with a family in Iran with a girl and her mother and her dad, and it was amazing. It was amazing, and really recommend it to do that. You know, for a couple of days. You don't have to stay there the whole time. I think it's not even recommended to stay for a long time, just for a few days to meet people, to see how they live. It's really lovely. Meetup events, meetup.org. There's a website, and it has a lot of different events. Sometimes during the pandemic, they started doing them on Zoom. So if you have some hobbies, some interests, meetups are very good. And then we have apps. Okay, so applications. Okay, so we have, if you're single and ready to mingle, as they say, you can sign up to Tinder. Okay, I know that maybe it's not for everyone, but you know, if you want to, people meet other people like that. Maybe you go on a date and the guy or the girl is not really your type, but they're a very nice person, so you make friends like that. Why not? There is something like Bumble BFF. Okay, so I think maybe it's better if you live abroad. And not in Poland, I would say, because probably there are a lot of Polish people there. But I don't know. But the same with Tinder, I guess. Bumble is a dating application, but the version BFF, the BFF, be friends forever. Yeah, BFF. So Bumble BFF is for making friends, and I use it in Portugal. It's just to find a friend to go for a coffee or for wine. Very nice, I think. I met a couple of people through that too. And of course, Hello Talk is definitely for language exchange, nothing else. Facebook groups, maybe you live in Warsaw or Kraków or some other big city, and there are definitely some people from abroad, and they will have Facebook group. Maybe expats in Kraków or expats in Warsaw or something like that. So definitely a lot of people from abroad living in those cities, and you can meet them through these groups, and they always organize some drinks, coffees, you know, things like that. And Instagram. Yeah, Instagram is also very good for meeting strangers. Why not? I met in Portugal, I met a lot of Polish people actually, but through Instagram, and I have a few friends from there. So it's also a very good way of meeting others. If you have any other ideas, how can you meet other people? Let me know in the comments. Isabella says, when I travel somewhere, I try to speak for everyone or with everyone. I'm not sure. With everyone, that's really great. I think if you're a very open person, you like strangers, you like people, you are very friendly, traveling is amazing then, I think. You know, you can make friends everywhere. It's difficult for me, Joanna says, I talk when I have to, for example, any information. Okay, for some people it is difficult. For me it is also difficult, really, to speak, to say, you know, something to a stranger. So I completely understand, Janna, where you come from. Okay, so let's have a look at some important vocabulary and phrases. So what do you say to someone when you want to chat them up? Chat someone up, zagadać do kogoś. So let me know, what can you say? So let's say you're traveling, okay, or you are at a conference, I don't know, choose something, okay? And what do you say to someone when you want to chat them up? You want to ask a question or say something to them. What can you say? Let me know in the comments, and let me drink a sip of coffee. Okay, sorry about that. My sister is sick, so I am trying to check what's going on. Okay, so if you have any ideas, let me know in the comments. Let's move on. So what kind of questions? So I usually ask questions instead of saying something. But Mariola, your idea is amazing. I will come back to that. So some questions. Hey, how's it going? Right? Are you here alone? Can I join you? Are you a local? Are you traveling alone? I'm sorry, I noticed that you're alone. Would you like some company? What's your name? Do you come here often? Okay, so as you can see, there are a lot of, because I imagined that this person who I'm talking to is alone. So I was trying to come up with some ideas about that, but I can see that Mariola has a very good idea of what to say, and also Malvina as well. So Mariola says, nice shoes. I think that's a very good way of starting a conversation. Okay, people love talking about themselves, but also they love when someone compliments them, right? So if you see another person and they have a nice bag or they have a nice dress, they look nice, they have nice makeup on, why not saying something, hey, nice shoes, where did you get them from? Where did you buy them? Are they Versace? You know, you can start something like that. It's a very, very nice way of, I didn't actually think about it, but I think that's a very good idea. Malvina says we can start talking about the weather. Yes, the weather is a very, very good starting point. It's a very neutral subject. So you can, you know, talk about, oh, it's so cold, or, you know, you can say something like that. Or it's so hot, right? You can, if you are abroad, if you're traveling, you can ask, oh, it's so hot today. Is it always so hot in August, right? So weather is really good. Joanna says, where are you from? Very good. Where are you from? Yeah. Where are you from is like a very good starting point, because the person can say, oh, I'm from Germany, right? And you can say, oh, I've been to Germany. I've been to Berlin. It's a very nice city. Where in Germany are you from? Oh, I'm from Cologne, right? Oh yeah, Cologne is beautiful at this time of the year, blah blah blah, you know. And then they will ask you, where are you from? I'm from Poland. Oh, I heard that in Poland it's so cold at this time of the year. Again, right? You can really have a nice conversation. Are you looking for something? Yes, you can also ask. You can see, for example, when you walk in the city and you can see that the person is lost, right? You can ask, are you looking for something? Are you lost, right? Can I help you? Yeah. Last week we learned how to help other people, so we can use that as well. Very good ideas, guys. Okay, so let's have a look at some vocabulary and phrases when you travel. Okay, so let's have a look at the task. You are traveling alone in an exotic country, let's say in Thailand or something nice. And you have just met a person who is also traveling alone. You would like to talk with them and make friends. What question can you ask? Or questions can you ask? Okay, so let's imagine you are in Sri Lanka or, I don't know, Thailand or something. And you are alone and you see a person who is sitting next to you and they just sitting there very scared. And so you want to make friends with them. What questions will you ask? And I can see already Joanna, druga Joanna, a second Joanna, says, are you going to this city too? I think this is a very, very good question. Okay, so you can be at a bus station or train station or somewhere like that, and you can ask, I'm going to Bangkok. Are you going to Bangkok too? Right? You can ask them about that too. Very good. I think that's a very good idea. Okay, so I have a few questions here. Have you traveled alone a lot? Have you traveled alone a lot? What countries have you visited? What countries have you visited? Where are you going next? What is your favorite place? Have you been to? I am going to. Have you been? Do you have any recommendations? Okay, so here we have a lot of present perfect. Okay, so here we have a lot of have you traveled? Have you been? Where have you been? Yes, have you been to? Right? So you can say, oh, hi, where are you going? Right? Or where are you traveling to? I am traveling to Bangkok. Have you been there before? Do you have any recommendations if this person has already been there? Right? So we can use a lot of present perfect in this case to ask if this person has done something in their life before. What countries have you visited, right? So we can talk about traveling, we can exchange the experiences together. We can say, you know, do you travel a lot? Where have you been? What countries have you visited? You can say, oh, I've been there, or I haven't been there, is it nice? You know, all these kind of stuff. Where are you going next, right? So here we have present continuous that we use to talk about the plans for the future, right? Where are you going? Where are you going next after this, right? What is your favorite place as well? So what is your favorite place in Thailand? Or what is your favorite place in Spain? We can also ask where they're from, right? Where are you from? Oh, I'm from Germany. Oh, what is your favorite place in Germany, right? We can all ask about these things. And your ideas. Joanna, where will you stay? How long will you stay? Very good, right? We can ask about the future. Or we can ask, where are you staying? And how long are you staying? If we're talking about the place where we are at the moment, right? Next one, where are you going to have, where are you going to eat? Where are you going to eat? Okay? Or where are you going to have a meal? If you want to use the word meal. I wouldn't use the word meal. I think I would use eat. Where are you going to eat? Or where are you going to have dinner? Maybe, right? It is a little bit better. But yes, we can ask about the restaurant or about food. What do you like to eat in Thailand? Or what is your favorite dish in Thailand? We can ask about that. I think food is also a very good subject. Okay, next one is where you live when you live abroad. So when you live abroad, what can you ask? You live in the UK and you work with English people. You need to make small talk with them during lunch. What do you say or what do you ask? Okay, so let's imagine that you live in the UK. You can live in the US, it doesn't matter, okay, or in India for it doesn't matter, I think, in this case. So if you live abroad and you work with people that are not Polish, okay, and you need to make some small talk with them, so you're having lunch together, you're eating together, and you need to say something in English, like what kind of topics or what can you talk about with them. Are you going to rent a car? Yes, Joanna, about the traveling. Yeah, are you going to rent a car, right? Are you going to take a bus? Are you going to take a train, right? Or are you going to rent a car? Do you want to rent a car together? It's also a very good way of starting a conversation or having a conversation with a stranger, okay? So when you live in the UK, you live abroad, what can you talk about with your colleagues at work? So here I have a few ideas. It's cold or hot today, isn't it? Right? Malvina said before that you can talk about the weather, and this is a very good way of starting a conversation. People in everywhere like to talk about the weather. So you can say, oh, it's so cold today, isn't it? Okay, this is a very interesting question as well about because we have the isn't it at the end. So in Polish we say ale dzisiaj gorąco, nie? Something like that. So this is exactly what we have here. It's so cold or so hot today, isn't it? What are you up to today? Right? So what are you up to today? It means what have you been doing or what are you doing today? What are your plans for today? We can also ask about their family or their friends. So we can say, oh, how's Jim? Right? Or how's Suzanne? Right? We can, if we know the names of their husband or their wife or their son or their family, we can ask about using their name. If not, we can use how's your husband or how's your son? How are your kids? Right? Have you heard that? Oh, we can gossip a little bit here, right? We can gossip, some work gossip. It's always good. Yeah. Have you heard that Susanna got fired? Or have you heard that Jim has an affair? Or something like that. Yeah. We can ask about some gossip if they heard about it. Did you watch last night? Okay, so we can put, maybe we know that this person watches a TV show, it's their favorite. So we can ask about that if we watch the same show. I put EastEnders here. If you happen to watch BBC, you will see that they have EastEnders. EastEnders is like our clan a little bit, and it's about some these people living in the east of London, and it's it's been on TV for a very, very long time. So everyone knows this and watches it. You can ask about that. Did you watch something last night, or did you watch America's Got Talent last night or something like that? What are your plans for the weekend? Or people like talking about the weekend. So what are your plans for the weekend? If it's Thursday or Friday especially, you can ask about the plans. Or on Monday, you can ask about their weekend, what they did during the weekend, right? So we can talk about the weather, we can talk about what they are working on at the moment, and what are they doing. We can ask about the family, friends, or colleagues as well. We can gossip a little bit, and we can talk about TV and weekends. Okay, so let's have a look at what you wrote. Malvina says, how long are you working here? Okay, very good question, but grammar. We have to correct grammar. How long have you been working here? Okay, so this is a question. There's a question mark at the end. Sorry, I didn't put that in. So how long have you been working here? Okay, or how long have you worked here? This is very important, okay? It's not a present continuous or present simple, but it is present perfect. They started working there, they're still working here, right? So, how long have you been working there? Where may I eat something for lunch nearby? Yes, very good. Where can I? Maybe where can I? Where can I eat something for lunch nearby, right? You can ask about recommendations for restaurants or bars or something like that. People love talking about food, so this is a very good question. Well done. Okay, next one. Next one is when you meet a foreigner in Poland. Okay, so you go to an event in Poland where there are foreigners and everyone speaks English. You meet a person who has just arrived in Poland. What questions would you ask? Okay, so, or we can also, think about you are on the street, you are at a party, and you meet an American person, let's say. They just arrived in Poland. They are going to stay in our country for a long time. They just got married maybe to a Polish person. So they are planning to stay in Poland, right? But they've just arrived. So what will you ask them? What questions will you ask? you can also say something, right? It doesn't have to be a question. But I usually ask questions. This is my strategy of meeting strangers. Okay, I usually ask questions because I think it's easier for me to ask questions instead of saying something, right? Let me know in the comments, and I will come back to you as well. So I have a few. How long have you been in Poland? Right? So how long have you been in Poland? Coming back to present perfect, to what Malvina said there, right? How long have you been working here? Or how long have you worked here? And here as well, how long have you been in Poland? Jak długo jesteś już w Polsce? This is always present perfect when we have questions like jak długo jesteś już tu, jak długo już tu pracujesz, jak długo się tym zajmujesz. It's always present perfect because it is still going on. It is not finished. Do you like it? Right? What do you think about Poland? Right? Do you like Poland? Do you like Polish food? Food is always very good. Do you miss your family and friends? Right? A few ideas. It can be anything like that. So we can ask, how long have you been here? Do you like it? Do you enjoy it? What do you like? What don't you like? Do you like Polish food? Do you miss your family and friends? I think good questions. And Mariola says, do you need any help? Yes, I think it's a very good question. Do you need any help? Because maybe they do need help, right? Do you need any help with, like, let me know if you need any help, for example, right? If you need anything to translate, maybe, or do you want me to help you to do shopping, or do you need any recommendations for anything, right? Maybe they definitely have a lot of questions about different things, right? About maybe where to go, where to eat, what to eat, where to do shopping, you know, anything that you can think of. When someone arrives in a country, I think that it is really important for them to know quite a lot of things first. And finally, we have when you meet someone on the internet. So you go on a language exchange app and would like to ask someone to speak English with you. What do you say to them? Okay, so let's say I'm sure that I'm sure that you use some, or you have used some of the language exchange apps, and I wonder what you say to people. Okay, so I wonder what kind of questions can you ask some of the people that are there. I have a few ideas. Hi, my name is, and I'm from. Can you speak English with me? So, hi, my name is Joanna. I'm from Poland. Can you speak English with me? I would like to practice English. Would you help me? Your English for my Polish. What do you say? Okay, so this is like exchanging. Your English for my Polish. What do you say? What do you say to that? Are you interested? Right? Are you interested in language exchange? I think we can ask that too. And going back to our foreigners in Poland, what surprised you? Okay. A little bit, I will correct this a little bit. What surprised you? What surprised you the most about in Poland? In Poland, very good question, by the way, or about Poland, we can say. Okay, so what surprised you the most? Okay, what surprised you the most in Poland, or about Poland, we can say. Okay, so this is I had to correct it. This is a question about a subject, czyli to jest pytanie o podmiot. It is a little bit different because we don't use the operator and we create the question in a different way a little bit. That's why it's a little bit harder. So what surprised you the most in Poland about Poland? Okay, very good question. Well done. Well done. Okay, guys, so I think that we can do a quick quiz at the end to check if you remember a few things, okay? So, the first one is, can I, you? Can I join to you? Join or join at? Join oznacza przyłączyć się. So we ask this question when we say, when we see that someone is alone in a coffee shop, for example, in a bar, in a restaurant, and we can just come and sit with them. We want to come and sit with them. So what do you think? Which one is correct? A, B, or C? Mariola? Lucyna? Very good. Okay. Okay, any more for any more? And path. Okay. Monika, Malvina, good job, good job. Okay, so B is correct answer. B is the correct answer, okay? Can I join you? Okay? Przyłączyć się do kogoś, it's not like in Polish, all right? We don't say to, we say can I join someone? Join someone, there's no to. So it is the B is the correct answer. Well done. Next one. Would you like company? Some company, a company, or the company? A, B, or C? Would you like some company, a company, the company? What do you think? A, B, or C? Balvina, first. Okay, any more for any more? Anyone? Today we are a little bit sleepy. I am a little bit sleepy too. Come on. Lucyna, path. Okay. So I can see that you don't agree. Some of you say A or C. Okay, guys. Malvina was right. At the moment, Malvina was the only one that was right. Would you like some company? Okay. If you say the company, może to po polsku wytłumaczę, żeby było jasne, jaka jest różnica. Jeżeli powiemy the company, to będzie oznaczało, że albo mówimy o firmie, takiej jak Coca-Cola na przykład, czy chcesz jakąś firmę, czy chcesz tą firmę, bo the to jest ta, ten jakby, albo wcześniej mówiliśmy o jakimś towarzystwie, konkretnym towarzystwie, czyli na przykład o jakiejś konkretnej grupie osób, która miała do nas dołączyć. I wtedy, jeżeli chcemy się zapytać, czy chcesz, aby ta konkretna grupa osób do Ciebie się dosiadła, to możemy powiedzieć the. Okay? To nam zmienia całe zdanie. A więc, i tak samo jest z e. Jeżeli powiemy would you like a company, to brzmi tak, jakbyśmy chcieli zaoferować tej osobie firmę jakąkolwiek, czyli jakąś z rynku firmę. Okay? W tym przypadku jedyne, co nam pasuje, jest some, czyli jakieś towarzystwo, trochę towarzystwa, mojego towarzystwa. Okay? Czyli tutaj bardzo nam to zmienia zdanie, czyli musi być some. Okay? Next one. Are you traveling? Lonely, lonesome, alone. Are you traveling lonely, lonesome, or alone? Okay, what do you think? What do you think? Which one is correct? Malvina was first, Mariola, Monika. Mariola and Monika, you have very similar pictures. Did you notice that you look almost the same on the pictures? That's why I thought Mariola answered and I thought it was Monika. Pav and Lucyna, very well done, guys. So C is the correct answer. Alone. Are you traveling alone? Of course it is alone. You were right. This was easy peasy. Next one. Very good, very good. How will you say? Czy przychodzisz tu często? Ok, tutaj muszę zostawić Wam troszeczkę więcej czasu na to, żeby odpowiedzieć. Czyli piszecie odpowiedź, czy pełne pytanie w komentarzu. Czy przychodzisz tu często? Dajcie znać, co myślicie, jak będzie to brzmiało po angielsku. Dosyć proste pytanie. Pytania są bardzo trudne w angielskim, moim zdaniem. Zawsze wszyscy mają z tym problemy i ja się nie dziwię, bo po polsku trochę inaczej, po angielsku, no angielski jest takim dosyć szczególnym językiem, jeżeli chodzi o pytania, bo mamy te operatory, przedstawianie zdania, inwersje, różne rzeczy. Dobra, czekam na Wasze pytania, na Wasze pytania, na Wasze odpowiedzi w zasadzie do tego. Jak powiedzieć, czy przychodzisz tu często? Jak to powiedzieć? Malvina was first. Very good, very good. Do you come here often? Do you come here often? Of course. Do you come here often? Path as well. Do you come here often? Very good. Well done. That was great. Do you come here often? Joanna and Mariola also, do you come here often? Excellent, excellent. So let's have a look if we can find one more to translate. How will you say? Czy byłeś kiedykolwiek w Londynie? Czy byłeś? Czy byłeś kiedykolwiek w Londynie? How will you say that? Czy byłeś kiedykolwiek w Londynie? Pamiętajmy o czasie. Marzena, good. Good, good, good. Do you have come here often? Excellent, well done. Okay, so jak powiedzieć po angielsku, czy byłeś kiedykolwiek w Londynie? Okay, Malvina, almost correct, okay. Malvina, have you ever been to London? In London. Have you ever been in London? In London, not at. W zasadzie, jeżeli chodzi o pytanie, czy byłeś kiedykolwiek to tak naprawdę, jeżeli mówimy o krajach, miastach, jakichś takich miejscach geograficznych, to raczej nie będziemy mówić at, tak? Ewentualnie, jeżeli pytamy o miejsce typu basen, hotel jakiś może, czy coś w tym stylu, ewentualnie wtedy gdzieś tam at się pojawia. Natomiast jeżeli mówimy o mieście, kraju i różnych innych, to nie będziemy mówić at. Albo mówimy in, tak jak tutaj, have you ever been in London? Albo mówimy to, jeżeli mówimy o kraju, czyli have you ever been to China, for example. Okay? Have you ever been in London? Have you ever been to London? Powiem szczerze, że to z Londynem mi nie za bardzo tu pasuje. Have you ever been to London? Może być chyba, chociaż nie jestem do końca pewna. Wydaje mi, ja bym powiedziała have you ever been in London. Bardziej o kraju bym powiedziała have you ever been to the UK? Then would be good. Have you ever been to London? Have you ever been to London? I think, have you ever been to London? It sounds good. I would say it's okay. And I have one more for you. How will you say? Ale dziś zimno, prawda? How will you say that? Okay. This is not really a question. Remember that. This is a statement. Right? So, ale dziś zimno, no nie? Albo prawda? A very, very useful thing to say, because if you want to make a small talk, it's a very good start to make a small talk. Okay, so how will you say this? Path, very good. Okay, good. Well done. Okay, so it is cold today, isn't it? Yeah? Isn't it? There's an apostrophe. I'm sure that you know path. It's just a spelling mistake, yeah? It is cold today, isn't it? Yeah? Or it's cold today, because it is cold today, we can shorten it a little bit more even. Agnieszka, cold C-O-L-D, right? Not could, but cold. It is very cold outside, isn't it? Yes, very good, Malvina. I like the fact that you used outside. It's a very good word. So it's very cold outside, isn't it? Yeah, very good. It is cold today, isn't it? Yes, very good, Mariola. Well done as well. It is very cold today, isn't it? It is cold today here in Portugal, isn't it? Very well done, guys. You remember a lot. Amazing, amazing. Okay, so na koniec czekajcie, jak rozmawiać. Chcę Wam polecić nasz blog po angielsku i wideo. To jest bardzo na samym początku istnienia OK English go napisałam, ale tam macie całą listę tych wyrażeń i jest też wideo do obejrzenia, jeżeli będziecie chcieli sobie podszkolić. Jeszcze how cold it is today, isn't it? Marzena, nie do końca. So wiem, co chciałaś tutaj zrobić, bo jak jest tutaj zimno, nie do końca można tak powiedzieć. Bardziej it's so cold today, isn't it? Można ułożyć zdanie how cold is it? Right? It's so cold. How cold is it? Możemy się zapytać, jak jest. Jeżeli zadasz pytanie how cold is it, to będzie oznaczało, jak jest dzisiaj zimno, czyli pytamy się o stopnie Celsjusza dokładnie, tak? Czyli nie do końca to pytanie jest dobrze, bardziej, bo to nie jest pytanie, to jest bardziej stwierdzenie z takim zapytajnikiem na końcu, nie? It's cold today, isn't it? Very good, Joanna, well done. Wracając jeszcze do tego postu, więc w tym poście blogowym macie całą listę wyrażeń, słów i tak dalej, plus wideo do obejrzenia, które nagrałam jeszcze, możecie zobaczyć, jaka byłam piękna i młoda. Nie było aż tak dawno. Nie było aż tak dawno, aż tak młodo tam nie wyglądam, ale to było jakiś czas temu, więc możecie sobie jeszcze przy okazji obejrzeć. I jest parę pomysłów na to, jak gadać z nieznajomym, jak znaleźć osobę do pogadania z nieznajomym. Oprócz tego polecam Wam grupę Angielska, Konwersacja, jeżeli się jeszcze nie zapisaliście. Oczywiście też Wam podam zaraz link do grupy. Tam ostatnio się mało co dzieje, dlatego że przygotowywaliśmy się do bootcampu, ale powoli będziemy wracać, myślę, niedługo. No i oczywiście nasz Instagram okenglish.pl, gdzie również tam są powtórki ze wszystkich ze śniadań, podrzucam linki ważne, które można sobie się doszkolić, jak będziecie chcieli jakieś dodatkowe. Hello! Wam pokażę psa mojej siostry. This is Maddie. Hello, Maddie! Say hello to everyone. Hello, everyone! I'm Maddie. Maddie is such a nice dog, I'm telling you. She's just so amazing. Ona chce już jeść i wyjść. Zaraz będziemy musiały wyjść na spacerek, nie? Na spacerek będziemy musiały wyjść. Dobrze, moi drodzy. Jak Wam się podobał ten live, to oczywiście poproszę o serducha, o kciuki w górę, o podzielenie się tym live'em z innymi, o zaproszenie ich do polubienia OK English, do przyjścia tutaj w poniedziałek albo do obejrzenia powtórek. Więc i dajcie trochę serduszek Maddie, bo Maddie też potrzebuje serduszek. To już jest jej czas, 9 godzina, to ona już idzie, musi wyjść sobie na spacerek. No, na spacerek musi sobie wyjść. Dobra, słuchajcie, kończę. I am going to finish. Have a lovely, lovely week ahead. Have a lovely Monday. And I hope that it is a good time for you. The spring is here. It's the first day of spring today, or yesterday it was. So, I hope it will be sunny and nice and warm for you. Thank you so much. Take care, everyone, and see you next week at 9 o'clock.